Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, and we've got a review for Rackster today. Sent this to me from my clan GFLC, and he wanted me to see if there was any pointers or things we could talk about. Said he had a pretty good game, felt like he did a good job. I watched it and definitely had a good game. So let's take a look at this. This is an encounter battle here on Himmel's Pearl Riverdorf. He's in a GSOR 1008 and he's top tier. So we really need his tank to do something in this game, but it can be problematic with a GSOR. You really have to be careful about overextending. Has a very long reload, but it has 4 shells, and I want to say they each do 320 alpha, or is it even more? Let's find out. Yes, 320 alpha. So that is a lot of potential clip damage that this thing can kick out, and then it's extremely vulnerable. So Rackster has a more careful playstyle than I have, and he's going to go to a position that I don't use very much, but let's talk about it as he goes there and gets into that spot, because it turns out it's actually not a bad controlling spot, especially for the encounter battle. So on encounter on Pearl River, you're generally going to see some people migrate towards the cap, as you do see excuse me, as you do see very often in encounter battles, but you're also going to see people try to take the middle. Now he's going to knock down a tree to give himself a little bit of extra camo right there and take a peek in case there's any guys who want to rush the cap early. Looks like his own team did. Now that's bait, right? He's watching, he's hoping that somebody gets baited, and here comes some of the customers right now. They're like, somebody's on cap. Now 3 somebody's on cap. All right, so I am not a huge proponent of this getting on cap, especially with all the guns that are in the game. His team is completely ignoring the north, has mostly ignored the middle. You might as well call it completely, based on the 2 guys are down in the river bottom for some reason, or maybe they're moving towards the middle. But they've got a lot of power here, and this is going to force the enemy team to come in. Now, if you were playing a organized team, then this might be a strat you might try in this situation, right? With this setup of these tanks, try to draw them in and force them to take shots. Let's see how it works, though, because unfortunately, you're going to have a lot of crossfire coming in here. But for the moment, Rackster is in a fantastic position to start punishing guys who want to make a push, like this fella. Bink. Bink. Oh! Okay. And he just absolutely hammers the Type 6, or the HT number 6, takes him out. All right, Rackster, let's just talk about this. You're spotting, and maybe you can get some spotting damage and stuff, and you didn't get lit. Just be careful about sitting where people can potentially see you on a reload. Also, if you really wanted to get crazy, I'd have knocked that tree right over to your left, straight into the rock as well. Maybe that had added some more camo to you. I don't use this position very often, so if anybody has a better way to knock trees down there for Rackster, go ahead and chuck it down in the comments. I'd be interested in that as well. I know this spot's here. I've been beaten by this spot on occasion as well. I just don't tend to go to places and hang out. Now, when you are top tier like Rackster is, you got to get something going on. Yeah, now you're taking shots in the middle. No surprise, because they completely gave it up. Good news is the M6 has sort of found his way. And all of a sudden we look at this and go, well, this is okay, interesting. It looks like both teams have really gone to cap. There's a Jackson over there because you got hit by it. He's not spotted yet, but your M6 is about to mix it up with those guys and potentially give you some SA, and they have to push in. They keep pushing in. They've only got 30 seconds, and this really causes the enemy team to make what you might call kind of unwise moves here. We're going to get this. Ooh, got to get him. Yeah. Oh. Don't know if that hit. Looked like it might have, though. I'm not sure if it hit the ground. Did not, because he has all his hit points. So here comes E25. Oh, the Scorpion's pushing in, and this is tasty. Boom. I think he actually bounces one of these, potentially. No, maybe not. Nope, he does not. Gets a track. Very nice. The E25 yellows in and dies. That is very helpful. The Scorpion is tracked. There's 241 assists. And we are having a good day right here, old Rackster is, because he's in the right spot. All right, this is working out. When does this spot not work out? Well, if the fight's all in the middle in the north, and maybe there's just a couple guys doing the old peeky pokey down here, you've got a whole tier 8 that's not really in the battle. And it's not the end of the world. You picked the flanking and went over there, and it's not happening. He could flex over. There are some options as well, because this thing has decent mobility, for him to support shots into the middle as well. But that's not what we have here today, folks. We have a very cap-centric battle, and Rackster's team is attempting to win this thing via cap, and we're getting down to 7 seconds. Like, this is getting really close here. The CS-53 feels like it 1 second, 0 seconds, and just at the end, it looks like the Jackson and the Skirta and the 34-100 found the guys down below there with the lower hit points, and they just completely knocked the cap off to 44 seconds, and that gives new life to the purples. So now we've just got to keep going. And the Cheeto SP, we miss one, we ricochet one. Actually, I got to tell you, man, he's not doing a lot of movement. I really would have aimed for that lower area right there, and I would have let this completely zoom in. I do this too. You want to get the shot off. You don't want him to get away, but especially that initial shot, he wasn't going anywhere. We got to aim right here, and I think you might have been able to kill this guy off. Oh, so a couple shots a bit before you were fully zoomed, and we have a Cheeto that survived by bouncing too, which is pretty amazing. That's kind of what that tank is known for, though. I'm not sure what is the pin on Racksters. So 321, which is decent. You get a little angle, you hit the tracks, whatever the case may be. So we're at 2,107 damage. We got 302 assists and a kill. And all of a sudden, this thing is getting pretty tight. And this is about the point, Rackster, what I would start thinking about potentially maybe just, I need to get moving, man. I need to go find some things. Where's the Skoda? Maybe I can go shut him down. He's behind me. I don't want him showing up behind me. That would suck, right? So start looking, maybe push in and finish off the CS-53 potentially and get in there and find the Achilles. But it's about time maybe to start thinking about moving. The BIS kills that guy. That's nice. Now, where are they going to show up? Kind of hanging out. We're about reloaded. All right, we're ready to get back in the fight, and we can do some good damage. Once again, we got 3 guys on cap. All right, here comes the Cheeto. And we auto-aim. I think you thought better of it. Nice. There you go. Zoom in. Oh! Another case, maybe. Push forward and kill this guy immediately. There you go. Little auto-aim action. Not a bad one right there in terms of auto-aim because he was going straight away and there was no left to right going on there. And all of a sudden we've got a 3001 behind us and we got no hit, or we got no shells. Here's that weakness piece of the G-SOR. Don't want to let him just bank, but unfortunately we got a Hellcat in front of us. Oh, this is not great. And Rackster makes a good move and decides we just got to get out of here. Thank goodness that 3001 was either too slow. I think he was just too timid to try to turn around the corner. Now, he did spot a G-SOR, and he may not know whether you were reloaded or not. That's the beauty of a tank like that. If he didn't see or know that all your shells came out, and once you got spotted, or he peeked around to take a look right there, he may have been worried. Oh, man, we're just taking hits from both sides. All right, so this position was probably not the best one to go to. I like getting out of the way of the 3001. I think I would have dove into this pit right here, into one of these little lower spots, maybe try to go over to the rock or kind of hang out in this low bit right here. If anything's going to be pointing at these guys or exposed to them, it would be my turret, which would be much better because you're just asking for them to come around the corner here. And honestly, I'm very surprised you didn't die right here. You get a shot on this guy, which is nice. He misses. We missed that shot. This guy's aiming in. Oof. Get a couple bounces. And this Hellcat's like, all right, I'm going to try to kill this guy off. And you just absolutely nuke him right there. Honestly, a little bit lucky, but at the same time, you make your own luck. You're at the end of the game. You have a few hit points left. I think I'd fix my driver. There we go. This guy's pushing in on your 3002. All right. Perfect dive bomb action, man. Perfect setup right here. I know you don't want to throw the game, but get up there. Just push up there. The other thing that's important about potentially late game getting closer to the guy, he can't shoot you when you're up top, right? He's got a really hard time. But if you get up here and get proxy lit so he knows you're there, all of a sudden he's worried about fighting 2 directions. Even though you don't have any ammo to fight from 2 directions, he doesn't know that necessarily. And that can throw people off. Just that little bit of hesitation can help your team. So, yeah. And now that it looks like a win, I really think, man, you could have timed that probably pretty good to just come off that cliff there and ram that guy to death. It doesn't matter, though. Your buddies kill him off. Boom. That's a win. 4 kills, 3,868 damage, 320 assists. Nice job there in the G-SOR. Put yourself in a good position. That's where the fight was. Did a nice job of dropping clips on people. Your team was baiting them. I don't think that tactic works as much as it loses, but You took advantage of it. You were in a position to put your tank where it needed to be to farm the purples as they pushed. And nicely done, man. Nicely done. That's all I've got. All right. Anybody else got any good advice for Rackster? Toss it down there in the comments. That's all I've got for today. We will see ya.